Welcome back. Happens to be a pivotal moment now in the history of the internet. Begins this week as the Biden administration is now taking on Google. The Department of Justice is launching a massive antitrust case that will be a critical test for Google and really big tech more broadly. The trial, quote, could reshape how the tech giant is structured and the future of antitrust enforcement against tech platforms. Joining us now is Rebecca Klar. She is the technology policy reporter for The Hill. Rebecca, good to see you again. Set the table here for us. What's at stake? DOJ versus Google.
Yeah, so I think what we're seeing here is sort of the biggest antitrust case against a tech company in the U.S. since the late 90s when Microsoft was under trial. And I think a lot of what the Department of Justice is arguing here is that Google's been able not only to become a monopoly or an alleged monopoly, but to be able to maintain that market power through these contracts that the government is alleging offers Google's exclusive deals to be the default browser on mobile devices and to be sort of the default search engine. And at the same time, what we're seeing is Google arguing that actually their products are just superior to their rivals, and that's why they've been able to maintain that.
So what happens, Rebecca? Let's just operate in a world in which the Department of Justice wins this lawsuit down the line. Like, what happens to Google? Do they get broken up? What could the potential consequences be?
Yeah, so the trial has been bifurcated. So in the first 10 weeks that we're in now, the government just has to prove that Google is a monopoly, as they're alleging. And the next phase of the trial would be about potential remedies. So we don't know exactly what the government would maybe seek to do. It could be possibly a breakup of Google or making them not able to have these sort of exclusive agreements that are sort of the focus of the trial. Right. But I think another thing that's sort of on trial here is what this means for the broader industry, not just for Google, as there's been mounting bipartisan scrutiny of other tech giants as well.
All right, Rebecca Klar from our friends at The Hill, tech policy reporter. Rebecca, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, Kara, I know that this is in your wheelhouse, director of the Tech Policy Center,
yes,
right?
Sir, got it,
at
yep.
Heritage? Okay, got that right. This is one of those things where you say, kudos to the Biden administration.
Well, I think this is a good case in terms of the fact that, Rebecca said that Google is arguing for the merits of its product. Well, you don't spend billions of dollars to be the default search provider to Apple and Android if you have that superior product. Why are you throwing so much money at this problem if you're not, a monopoly that controls 90% of the search market? And this self-preferencing issue, this happens in many areas. And, things like Senator Lee, Republican, the America Act, it gets to the heart of this self-preferencing because we know that in Silicon Valley, new entrants, competitors, that is the heart of American innovation, especially in the tech world, not these big tech oligopolies, frankly.
Case that started under Bill Barr, now continuing under the Biden DOJ.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.